If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you about it. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free, and there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
The best part is that Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. And you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hey, you're listening to the Speaking of Music podcast.
Hey guys, we're back with a special bonus episode that I have been so excited to do. I've literally been planning this bonus episode since before the album came out.
That is true.
Yeah, and we're going to do another one of our little versus series where we put two albums head to head and we discuss which tracks we like better. So this week, in case you didn't know, is Calm versus 5 Sauce 5, the new album by 5 Seconds of Summer, and we are ready to put them head to head. And I know we say this every time we do one of these episodes, but this is genuinely so difficult, and we did have a lot of fun filming the episode, but not a lot of fun coming up with what these comparisons were because this hurt me really bad. So let's get started.
Okay, so our first comparison is Red Desert versus Complete Mess. I chose Complete Mess.
I reluctantly chose Complete Mess.
And I chose Complete Mess.
No, I feel like this was like reluctant too because I love Red Desert so much, but Complete Mess is just unmatched, like untouchable.
Complete Mess is one of my favorite 5 Seconds of Summer songs ever. Not that Red Desert isn't, but like Complete Mess is like number one. You know what I mean?
It's like a different tier.
Yeah.
A different breed.
True. Okay, our next comparison is No Shame versus Easy for You to Say.
I had to think about this one for a little bit.
I did too.
Me too.
I chose No Shame.
I chose Easy for You to Say, which is funny because if you go back on like the Calm episode, I'm like, yeah, this is my favorite 5 Sauce song ever. Like,
I chose No Shame.
Shame.
I
love the way you scream.
Oh, okay, don't do this to me because I might take it back.
Do it.
Okay.
But I love Easy for You to Say, and I heard it live, and it was just so good. I also heard No Shame live, by the way.
Wow.
Just so you know.
Wow.
Just so you know.
Yeah, but that was a hard comparison for me. I had to think about which one I would rather listen to more, I think. And that would be No Shame.
Okay, next up we have Old Me versus Bad Omens. I chose Bad Omens.
I chose Bad Omens.
And I chose Bad Omens.
I think Bad Omens is like Old Me, but like if you make bad decisions. You know, like, because like Old Me is like, oh, like all my bad decisions have brought me here and I wouldn't change a thing. And Bad Omens is like, I made bad decisions because I love someone really bad and I haven't learned from it, you know? Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was less hard for me.
Yeah. Because Victoria just loves that song.
Victoria just loves Bad Omens. Okay. Easier versus Me, Myself, and I.
I chose Easier.
I chose Me, Myself, and I.
And I chose Easier.
Okay.
The thing is that I have like a really, really bad attachment to Easier.
Which is weird.
No, it's because before we did the Calm episode, the only 5 Sauce songs I ever heard were the ones that were on the radio.
Yeah.
And I like really liked Easier when it was on the radio. So I just have a really weird attachment to that song.
What irked me was when they played the Charlie Puth version on the radio.
Yeah,
and
that
like,
was...
Please remove this.
Yeah.
and listen, I love Charlie Puth and I love 5 Seconds of Summer, but that combination didn't need to happen on that song. Like,
No,
it was just so... It was so ick. Because I was ready for Luke's voice and I heard Charlie's and it was just so much cleaner than it was before. The only way that my opinion might change on this one is if this was Easier live from the vault. That version, I don't know if you guys have ever heard it. It's literally like elevated like 5 levels when you hear it.
Okay.
From there.
Okay.
This one definitely could have gone either way for me. I feel like it would change on a given day, to be honest.
I was kind of emo this morning, so.
Okay. Next up, we have Teeth versus Take My Hand. I chose Teeth.
I chose Take My Hand.
And I chose Teeth. This one was really hard.
This one was hard.
I did not like this one.
No, I didn't either. But, you know, the choppers.
The choppers are out.
I hope you guys heard that sound effect, too.
That, like, sounds like it hurts. Like,
yeah, like, why is it so
loud?
loud?
I have really strong teeth.
Oh, okay.
She hurts.
I also have this, like, the same logic for Easier. I have an attachment to teeth. So, and it's also a lot better than the Lady Gaga song called Teeth. That song is not that good.
Okay. I don't know why that needed to be brought up, but sure.
Yes,
Sure.
it did need to. This is the superior song called Teeth.
Me when I was fighting with James about Babylon versus Babylon, but like 5 seconds of
No,
summer
no,
Babylon.
no. 5
versus
seconds
Lady
of
Gaga.
summer Babylon is godly.
Oh, but so is Gaga Babylon.
Gaga
Yeah,
Babylon
no, it
is
is.
so
I was
good.
like, Babble on versus Burn too bright, now the fire is gone. Watch it all fall down. Babylon. Oh, they're so good.
Okay.
Okay. Wildflower versus Carousel.
I chose Wildflower.
I also chose Wildflower.
And I also chose Wildflower.
This one was kind of upsetting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
because
me too.
I really like Carousel. The concept of it is just so good. And you can hear more about that if you listen to our 5 episode. But the subtle plug.
Yeah. You're the only one who makes me psh, like that drum beat, like single-handedly
good.
convinced me to choose Wildflower.
Mhm.
Okay.
Next up, we have Best Years versus Older. I chose Older, no surprise there.
I chose Best Years.
And I chose Older.
Okay, I feel like I need to justify myself.
She's
a
like
little
hiding
bit
in
here.
shame a little
Like,
bit.
I love Older, and it's so good. But Best Years, I think it's just because Older is newer to me. They kind of give me the same energy.
Yeah.
Obviously, given their placement in the track list, they were supposed to give you the same energy. But, like, something about Best Years, like, makes me, like, it warms my heart in a way that Older isn't yet able to warm my heart. Like, I can appreciate Older as a song because it is beautiful, it is gorgeous. But Best Years, I've just been playing that one as my like heartwarming album track, and I'm not ready to do that with Older yet. I don't know. I love Best Years.
Okay.
Past love burned out like a cigarette. I promise, darling, you won't regret the best years.
I feel like they definitely give the same type of vibe. Like when
And
you put
they-
them head to head, it makes sense.
And they go together, right? It's
Right.
like, I promise, darling, you won't regret these best years. And then Older's like, as forever comes closer, hope the world will spin slower. And that's like the best years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
Like it makes sense as a comparison. It works.
Best
But
years
it's
are asking
difficult.
for forgiveness, and Older's like they're
Kind of
past
pleading,
it. You know,
yeah.
like it's so cute. Okay, anyway.
Next up, we have Not in the Same Way versus Haze. I chose Not in the Same Way.
I chose Not in the Same Way.
And I also chose Not in the Same way.
Not to be a Haze hater, but Not in the Same Way. Just I don't know why that song is
Is
so
better.
important to me. That song is so important to me for no reason.
I just think it. I don't know what to say. I just like it better.
No, I just like it better
Yeah.
too. Sometimes that has to be your reasoning. Like I feel like I would just if I had
rather
to
listen
choose,
to it.
right. I would rather listen to. Not to say that I don't like Haze, but you know, it's lower on my rankings.
Oh yeah, no, we slandered Hayes just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
pinch. Okay. Next up, we have Lover of Mine versus You Don't Go to Parties. I chose Lover of Mine.
I chose You Don't Go to Parties.
And I chose Lover of Mine. Okay, I think for me this was between the three of us. This was easiest for me because
one was-
Yeah.
yeah,
This was
I
hard,
have more of an attachment to Lover of Mine than I do to You Don't Go to Parties.
but it's 5 a.m. clinging to my couch, and everyone I've ever known is standing in my house. So I chose You Don't Go to Parties.
I love the word lovers. Like,
Of course, of course.
Okay, Thin White Lies versus Blender.
I chose Thin White Lies.
I chose Blender.
And I also chose Blender, but this one was definitely very hard.
This
I
one was difficult.
I was definitely flipping back and forth.
I was like, I don't know. I don't think I was surprised that like
I was a little surprised that Vic chose Blender.
I had it as Thin White Lies at first, but then I
Yeah.
decided to change it.
I don't know. I feel
so-
like I just wouldn't expect me to be the only one to choose Thin White Lies, which so I feel like I need to like justify that. I
No,
don't
you
know.
don't need to
I
justify
love Thin
it.
White Lies so much. It was something I talked about a lot, I think, in the calm episode. But
Mhm.
both songs are so good, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Also, if you look at my calm rankings, like it's an inaccurate representation
Yeah.
of what they are now.
Yeah.
So like if you're looking at them and comparing them, like don't. That's not how this works.
Yeah, just don't go back.
Okay.
Next up we have Lonely Heart versus Caramel. I chose Lonely Heart.
I chose Lonely Heart.
And I chose Lonely Heart.
Lonely Heart like hits me like a truck. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. And this I love that song so much. It is genuinely one of my favorite songs like ever. It is so good.
It is really good.
And I feel bad because I know it well, Caramel, but Lonely Heart is just up there for me.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we have High versus Best Friends. I chose High.
I chose High.
And I also chose High.
Wow, look at all this agreeing. This
Look
is
at
so
us.
lovely. So simple of us.
Okay. High. Ugh, High is also God tier.
No, High is just one of the better, I don't want to say better songs, but comparatively to where we put Best Friends, even though we spent a long time discussing how the Best Friends was the best friends.
I just am really attached to High. Like, I thought it was a pretty fair matchup in my opinion,
I
like
think
with
so,
like
too.
song level, but I hope you think of me high. I hope you think of me highly. Like something about like Luke's voice and that I think like actually like tips the scale a little bit. Also because I cried to that song.
Okay.
Oh, I think
Anyway.
I think everyone needed to know that.
You know what, Nick? You know what? You're right. Everyone did need to know that. Let's
Thanks,
move
guys.
on to the final matchup, which is Kill My Time versus Bleach.
I chose Kill My Time.
I choose Kill My Time.
And I chose Bleach.
I saw somewhere people were comparing like Bleach to High. They're both like the like penultimate tracks.
Yeah.
And like they're like the sad ones and they give the same energy, kind of like older and best years, which I totally agree with, which is why I'm like kind of sad that the track list didn't line up to like put them like head to head.
Which one would you have chosen?
I would have chosen High.
Same.
Yeah, I would have chosen High too.
Okay, so maybe I'm not glad that they didn't line up because I don't want to slander Bleach like that. But like it's just such an interesting like comparison, and it's true. But I slandered Kill My Time in the Calm episode, and now I gave Kill My Time a redemption arc.
Oh, I slandered Kill My Time in the Calm episode, and I still slandered it today. So
I slandered it in the Calm episode, but I gave it the redemption.
We slandered it too much. This is our official apology for slandering Kill My Time.
Sure.
And now Red Line is the automatic winner.
Okay.
Because there is no
So-
14th track on Calm.
Now it's
All
time
right.
for our final
reveal of
reveal.
the numbers.
I feel like mine are the most scandalous. Okay. Mine's 10-3 in favor of Calm. That's
That
my
is
bad.
actually disgustingly
Like ratio.
yeah, that's so skewed. Mine is 6-7 in favor of 5/5.
I feel like that makes sense.
It does make sense.
And mine is 8-5 in favor of Calm.
Let's not act like you didn't rig this, Victoria, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm the only 5/5 stan, which makes me okay. But you know what, Calm? I like used to be like, Calm is my favorite 5/5 album. Like, Calm is my favorite 5/5 album. But like, what if it's not anymore? Like, who am I?
God.
Who am I?
What am
Like,
I
it was-
now?
What am I
What
now?
am I?
It's like when my favorite Taylor album went from like, you know, like the Lover era to Folklore and then to Evermore. Like, I was like, who am I anymore? Like, what am I supposed to make my personality now? If Midnights becomes my favorite Taylor album, like, I will be genuinely so upset.
Like, I'm really trying not to do that to myself. Like, Evermore,
Is my favorite Taylor album, so what if Midnights is better than that?
like,
And
it's
then
not going to be in my
then
brain.
I don't
Doesn't
know-
matter how good that album
right? Like, I don't know what to do with myself then. Like, I can't handle being wrong. Like, anyway.
She's been wrong a lot.
I
lately.
have been wrong a
agree.
lot.
A lot.
Lately, I've been, you know, paying my dues.
First step is acceptance.
Yeah. But
How many
anyway,
states- 7 stages of grief?
5.
No, there's like more now.
Oh, they added new ones.
I think so.
Anyways, I'm going through all 15 stages of grief in one. But thank you guys so much for making it through this episode. Hopefully you also made it through our full-length episode on 5/5. And if you haven't, definitely go check it out. Yeah, we had so much fun talking about this album. Also check out our Calm episode if you haven't already. We also had a lot of fun, although some interesting opinions. So
Yeah, maybe.
Make
Like,
sure to
that was
go
like
check out both
our
of
old
those.
stuff.
yeah, make sure to go check out both of those. And thank you guys so much for listening.
Our Instagram is at the Speaking of Music podcast.
And our TikTok is at Speaking of Music Podcast, so make sure to go follow both of those. And as always, we'll see you next week. Bye.